Audie Murphy, the 19-year-old who became America's most decorated soldier, January 26, 1945. The fields of eastern France were frozen, snow covered the ground, and a young American soldier was about to do something almost impossible. His unit had been attacked by a much larger German force. Enemy tanks were advancing. Machine guns were cutting through the American positions. The situation looked hopeless. Most men would have retreated, but one soldier stayed behind. A 19-year-old infantryman named Audie Murphy climbed onto a burning tank destroyer, grabbed a machine gun, and opened fire on the approaching enemy. For almost an hour, he fought alone against waves of German soldiers. When the battle was over, he had stopped the attack, saved his company, and earned America's highest military award, the Medal of Honor. But the story of Audie Murphy did not begin on a battlefield. It began with a poor farm boy from Texas. Audie Leon Murphy was born on June 20th, 1925, in Kingston, Texas. He was the seventh of 12 children in a poor farming family during one of America's hardest periods, the Great Depression. Life was difficult from an early age. His father abandoned the family, leaving his mother, Josie Murphy, to raise the children alone. The family struggled to survive, and Audie left school while still young to help provide for his brothers and sisters. He learned responsibility early. To help put food on the table, he hunted small animals with a rifle. Those skills with a firearm, combined with the hardships of his childhood, helped shape the determination and toughness that would later define him. When the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor in December 1941, America entered World War II. Audie wanted to join the fight, but there was one problem. He was only 16 years old. After turning 17, Murphy tried to enlist in the military. The Marines and Navy rejected him because of his young age and small size. Eventually, the U.S. Army accepted him. In 1943, he arrived in North Africa and later joined Company B, 15th Infantry Regiment, part of the famous 3rd Infantry Division. At first, many soldiers underestimated him. He was only 5 feet 5 inches tall and looked much younger than his age. But combat quickly changed their opinions. During the invasion of Sicily, fighting in Italy, and later operations in France, Murphy proved himself as an aggressive and fearless soldier. He quickly rose through the ranks, becoming a squad leader despite being one of the youngest men in his unit. His courage in battle became impossible to ignore, but his most famous moment came in January 1945, near the small French village of Holtzwihr. German forces launched a powerful counterattack against American positions. Murphy's unit was exhausted, suffering heavy casualties, and running low on ammunition. The Germans began advancing with infantry and tanks. Realizing his men could not hold the position, Murphy ordered them to fall back while he stayed behind to direct artillery fire. Then disaster struck. The nearby American tank destroyer was hit and caught fire. Instead of abandoning the position, Murphy climbed onto the burning vehicle. The machine gun was still working. With enemy soldiers approaching and artillery exploding around him, Murphy began firing. He was completely exposed. He was alone. But he continued fighting. Using the tank destroyer's machine gun, he held off the German attack while also calling in artillery strikes dangerously close to his own position. For nearly an hour, he fought against the advancing enemy. Eventually, the Germans withdrew. When American reinforcements arrived, they found Murphy still holding the position. His actions had saved his company from destruction. For this incredible act of bravery, Audie Murphy received the Medal of Honor. By the end of World War II, Audie Murphy had become America's most decorated soldier. His awards included the Medal of Honor, the Distinguished Service Cross, 2 Silver Stars, 2 Bronze Stars, 3 Purple Hearts, and numerous foreign military honors. He fought in 9 major campaigns and was wounded 3 times. But behind the medals was a young man who had experienced the horrors of war. After returning home, Murphy struggled with nightmares, anxiety, and insomnia. Today, many historians believe he suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder, although the condition was poorly understood at the time. Like many veterans of his generation, he rarely spoke about the things he had witnessed. After the war, Murphy became a national hero. Hollywood offered him a new career. He appeared in more than 40 films, becoming one of the most recognizable actors of his era. His most famous movie was To Hell and Back, released in 1955. The film was based on his own autobiography and told the story of his wartime experiences. It became one of the most successful war movies of its time. However, behind the cameras, Murphy continued to struggle with the memories of combat. He remained an advocate for veterans and worked to bring attention to the problems faced by soldiers returning from war. On May 28, 1971, Audie Murphy died in a plane crash in Virginia. He was only 45 years old. He was buried at Arlington National Cemetery, where his grave became one of the most visited sites. Audie Murphy was not born a hero. He was a poor farm boy who faced hardship from childhood. He was young, small, and often underestimated. But when history demanded courage, he answered. His story is not only about medals and battles, it is about sacrifice, determination, and the strength of the human spirit. Audie Murphy remains one of the greatest soldiers in American history.